Push it up further so you can see the castle.
What do you want, Lauren? What was your voice?
Is that comfortable for you, babe, or what are you trying to do?
Yeah, okay. Let's just make sure the bag is okay.
She's right there with us.
I know.
She's staying.
I'm just making sure. Yeah, we're good.
You want what?
She wants your hot
No,
spot.
can't use the hotspot.
Yeah, it's just, no, the Wi-Fi.
I forgot.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing as like the
All right, Ted, are you ready? Sorry.
Hey, Calypso, if you need anything, just tap my leg. Okay? Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, magic of all ages. As you can tell, we are here, surprise, surprise, live from Disney's Magic Kingdom right here on Main Street, USA for a surprise People Watching Wednesday right here on Main Street. Kids are on spring break, so we are having them tag along, but right now it is just going to be me and Calypso staking our claim for the 3 o'clock parade while Titan and Miss Jenny go pin trading. And then when Miss Jenny comes back with Titan, the kids will switch after they have a brief break. It is a busy, busy, busy spring break season, whether it be people who are just enjoying the extra days due to those canceled flights, or it's going to be a lot of people coming in due to the canceled flights from all this crazy weather we're having all over the East Coast and some of the crazy weather we've had here. Florida is back down to participating with winter for the next couple of days. We dropped down to the lower 60s yesterday, which was the day we did plan on going streaming, but it was windy and the high was 61, so that was a no-no for us. And plus, like I said, we have the kids for spring break, so it does make it a little bit more difficult to navigate through these busy, busy park days with them in tow and also with me being blind. So we decided to come in here on a Wednesday and make this the People Watching Wednesday. We may have an actual video as well from an earlier People Watching Wednesday that we filmed, so stay tuned for that if you do like the casual videos as well. Once again, right off the bat, if you're here and you're enjoying what you're seeing right here on Main Street USA, like this video and subscribe if you have not. I am going to go without the headset for a little bit of time. So if you are in the chat, I am not ignoring you. I just won't get to it immediately right now. Today's high is going to be about 68 degrees, which will probably hitting about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It is just around, I would say, maybe 12:30, 12:45, if I had to guess. Today, because of the busyness of the spring break season, there was a 12 o'clock Festival of Fantasy Parade. We actually entered into the park as the parade was ending. So due to the high volumes of people inside the park, they obviously will have 2 parades so that everyone has equal opportunity to catch one or the other. Like I said, today is a high of about 68. When we entered into the park, I'd say it was still about 59, 60 degrees. So we did have a very slow start. We would have been here earlier, but of course we do not participate with the weather too well when it's as cold as it has been. Even though my wife being from the Midwest and me being from the North, we are used to cold weather, but it's still not tolerable. Especially when there is wind as well. It's a bit of a breeze today, as you could probably tell by some of the wind noises that are going on. If you're getting a good shot of the castle, you could tell that the castle is getting back to its original color. It's been pink for so long that some people forgot what color it actually was. I actually thought it was like a light blue years ago. But since the 50th celebration has officially ended about 5 years ago, they've eventually gotten back to painting the color the original color. But anything's better than the 25th anniversary. If you remember, anybody who's a longtime Disney fan, if anybody remembers the 25th anniversary where they actually made the Cinderella Castle look like a birthday cake. Probably one of the worst designs they could have ever have done. Once again, we are here as a family. Calypso is with me right now. She is actually sitting right here on the curb enjoying the sights and sounds of Main Street, USA. And Titan is going to be doing a lap. He's braving a lap around the Magic Kingdom with Jenny as they go pin trading. And then, like I said, in about 45 minutes or so, there'll probably be a switch off after a snack break. But as far as the camera goes, we will be here for the duration of this podcast, or I should say live show, for the 3 o'clock parade as it comes down Main Street. No problem. Given the fact that it is going to be a very busy day today, I have decided not to tag along for the festivities around the park, just as a safety precaution for us, and of course, because, you know, I think the stream would probably be a hot mess with not knowing what we're going to be looking at and not knowing how we're going to navigate through some of the bigger, thicker crowds. A little bit of backup at the Ticket and Transportation Center. I believe the ferry boats are not operating at the moment. I believe the ferry boat was not operating at the time that we got there, and of course the express monorail backed up as usual on such a busy day, which led us to board onto the resort monorail, which is a very smooth ride. Not something I would recommend too often than not, as sometimes that monorail is also filled to the brim from people just staying at the Contemporary, and also it is not fair for the people who are staying at the Poly and the Grand Floridian who don't get a chance to board the monorail because of people who don't want to wait for the express. But of course, I would always recommend, if you're staying at the Poly or the Grand Floridian, go ahead and take that walk. Disney went through a lot of ideas to make sure that walking path was completed, connecting the Grand Floridian walkway all the way to the gates of the Magic Kingdom. I don't really remember when they even opened that up. I know it's been fairly recent. So please take advantage of that, especially, if you've already been in the park walking all day, you want to get back to your room as quickly as possible. Another 10 minutes won't hurt. You've already been walking all day. Go for it. It's a nice little walk, especially at night from what I understand. And, of course, there's a lot of people who do take advantages of those walks throughout the day, as it is, like I said, a very calming walk. You get some nice views of the Grand Floridian, the Poly, and the Contemporary Resort. That is something that I would like to do in the future as far as a live stream, a walk and talk around those resort areas. Of course, you cannot film while going through security, so it probably won't be a full walkthrough. It'll probably be just from the TTC to the security checkpoint, and then we'll turn around and walk back. Spring break crowds are definitely out and about, as traffic has been building up around our area. The theme parks are alive and well, especially once you get to like as you can see now, this mid-afternoon, and you're still going to get that wave of people that are just going to be entering and leaving throughout the day. We're going to see how well the kids do on this particular day. Well, I'll stand at this spot for the next 3 hours to cop our spot for the 3 o'clock Festival of Fantasy Parade and all the activities that happened before. Like I said, once we came in, the 12 o'clock Festival of Fantasy Parade had just ended. So we should be getting one final run, probably 2 more shows of the Castle Show that we should be far away from, so you won't be able to get all the audio, but you should be able to see it. And then, of course, followed by that is, of course, the Main Street Philharmonic, the Grand Marshal for today, and then, of course, the 3 o'clock parade after that. Like I said, this is a surprise live stream for a Wednesday. We were going to do this yesterday, but the temperature was not participating with us at all. It's tolerable today, even though it did take us a while to get around, because, again, we did wake up in the 40s. I am wearing a long sleeve, I'm actually wearing my Darth Vader Spirit jersey. I'm a little toasty, as a matter of fact, because even though when the sun does come out, it does make a little crisp. Like I said, it's going to be a high of about 68. I would say while we're sitting here, it's probably going to get up to about 65, 66. I think the 68 degree will come in exactly at 3 o'clock. before we start to go down from here. Also, while we are here, while I'm kind of talking to you on the cuff without the microphone, or without the headset, I should say, I want to talk about the updates that I've recently heard. Of course, the rumor is that the Big Thunder Mountain Railroad should be opening up early May. One of the dates I've heard thrown around is May 5th. That means that for the most part, if that is the scheduled, or even if it's the rumored opening day, expect there to be some soft openings and some rehearsals, so to speak, just before that. So we could be seeing cast members and media maybe getting those first glimpses in April before they maybe start rolling out some special glances for annual pass holders if they decide to do that. Remember, none of this is set in stone. Usually these are actually directed for newer attractions. But since this is a new remake of Big Thunder Mountain, I believe it's going to have a newer ending. We might be getting some previews before they actually open the attraction in May. Unfortunately, now, if you were here last week, there was some confusion. We actually do believe that I was blocked from the Magic Kingdom as a cast member, but we have since then rechecked that calendar, and either they changed the dates or we were wrong. I believe they may have changed the dates, but I'm actually not blocked from the Magic Kingdom until the end of this month. Unfortunately, my wife and kids, their annual passes are periodically. I believe this week they are blocked, and I believe next week, and then it's kind of like periodic from there, as Disney is still kind of working away through the crowd calendars, and of course also not trying to make some of their most loyal, devoted guests upset. Even though the park is fully packed, it's still a matter of what are they going to do when some of the crowds do die down. Like I said, some of the anticipation I'm having with why the crowds are so crowded is mainly because of all the flight delays and cancellations that are happening around throughout the country. Many people who are either stuck here for a few more days, of course, they're probably not mad about it, except for the money they have to spend. But then there's a lot of people who are determined to get here, and they're going to get here once those next flights come in. So I do expect a lot of the crowds to be iffy back and forth for the next few weeks or so as spring break is in full effect. Like I said, our kids are out for spring break this week, and I know that a lot of spring breakers are staggered throughout the next couple weeks, all the way up until Easter. And once again, if you're enjoying Main Street USA, People Watching Wednesday, live, real-time People Watching Wednesday, go ahead and like this video, subscribe to the channel if you have not. I will be attending to the comments in just a few moments. As I said, I do not have my headphones plugged in at the moment. I just wanted to kind of go on off the cuff. I will get to the comments as soon as I can. As I said, Big Thunder Mountain schedule rumor is that it will be opening up in the early parts of May. May 5th is one of the dates that I've heard. Don't hold me to that, but of course, if I'm absolutely right, then kudos to the sources that I've been connected with. But May 5th is the supposed rumored opening date for the new Big Thunder Mountain, so we should be seeing some soft openings and some previews prior to that, since it is sort of a brand new attraction with a brand new ending, so to speak. That is going to be one of the most heavily visited attractions because, of course, people are also going to want to get the sneak peeks to any of the construction updates that is going to be happening with Piston Peak, the new Cars attraction. That's going to be taking place just around the bend from Big Thunder Mountain. And also any glimpses into what could be seen from the new Villains Land, which I believe is just going to be just beyond the train tracks. No word yet on when the train will be back available to do its full circle tour around Walt Disney World. The other rumored update is to the Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger spin. One of the rumors I heard that it is actually ready to go in just a few weeks as far as testing goes. If you don't know what that means, that basically means that they're gonna, if they haven't already, they're gonna start running the attraction as normal operation, just to make sure that all the new added additions are working properly. If you didn't know, they've actually readjusted the vehicles The vehicles now have retractable guns, very similar to Disneyland Space Ranger Command. And I believe they're actually adding digital targets that may actually move or light up when they are hit. So stay tuned for any and all updates to that. Like I said, if they haven't started already, they are doing some testing of the attraction to make sure that it can run throughout the day with the new additions. I've heard that they do want to try to shoot for later this month, even though that is dwindling down for the next couple weeks. Definitely looking forward to that being opened up maybe around mid-April, just after Easter. As far as an official opening date, to kind of stagger the opening between that and, of course, like I said, Big Thunder Mountain, which could be opening very early the very next month. Once again, it is a busy, busy day. I could tell by the crowd. Obviously we didn't go too far into the Magic Kingdom for me. We basically came in, we had to actually wait for the first 12 o'clock parade to end completely. So we did a quick dive into the Emporium to see what pins they had on their pin board. So I will not be making the lap around the park today, mainly because of the crowds. There'll probably be no attractions that we'll be visiting as well due to the crowd level. Does make it a little bit more difficult to navigate with two little ones, or I shouldn't say little ones, two big littles. And of course a blind man holding a camera. So we'll save people bumping into me for the time being. Like I said, this was a surprise for us for the most part, because I actually thought that I was blocked until the end of the month. But my blockout date doesn't start until the end of the month. As far as Magic Kingdom goes, after I believe the 28th of this month, I will be strictly Epcot, Hollywood Studios, and Animal Kingdom. So if you're interested into those live streams, that's what we will be doing for the next couple months due to my blackout dates as a cast member. And once again, if you did not know, I am a former, current, and future Walt Disney World cast member. I am currently on an inactive list as due to my medical condition. They are trying to find a suitable placement for me during the accommodations process. Something I've been dealing with off and on since 2019, even though I have been with the company since 2013. And if you are new, if you didn't know by now, I am also a blind YouTube vlogger, live streamer, just showcasing some of the things that I enjoy the most, and that is just being on Walt Disney World property, standing one spot, taking in the sounds and the ambiance of the area while you guys take in the sights, or what is left of the sights. I accompany my wife as she does her pin trading throughout the park. I basically pick a spot, she finds a position to put the camera, and I live stream away. A lot of times we talk about some of the yesteryear things. I always try to imply some sort of title towards the day that would lead to some history, or some, like how there's Throwback Thursdays, Flashback Fridays, Memorable Mondays. I haven't thought anything with Tuesday yet, but today, because usually we're doing People Watching Wednesdays, maybe we could do a Way Back Wednesdays. Way Back Wednesdays, if anybody remembers way back when you could walk through the castles throughout the day because there was no castle show, taking up valuable real estate. I do appreciate the castle show that we've had over the last, I would say, decade or so. But I do miss the days of being able to walk right through the castle to get to Fantasyland. I do believe you can walk through the castle towards the later evening, because I do believe the last stage show is about 5:40 or so. Could be a little later for the days like these upcoming months where the sun sets at 7:30. Another thing about Way Back Wednesdays, if anyone remembers way back when, just over a decade ago, when the hub, which is the area just in front of Cinderella Castle, was a lot different. There was a lot more trees, a lot more benches. And if anybody else is old enough, do you remember before the partner statue was even there? And if you're inside the chat and you remember those days, go ahead and chat down below. I will be checking the chat momentarily. And if you'll hold on just one second, I'm just going to make sure my daughter Calypso is A-OK right here next to me. You all right, Calypso? You all right? All That's right. My daughter Calypso is actually tag teaming with me for now, as Jenny and our son Titan does one lap around the park for some pins. When they come back, they'll take a quick snack break, and then it'll be Calypso's turn to do a lap around the park. This is the first time that we've actually done a longer live stream like this with the kids. If you were here for our last live stream at Epcot, I believe it was on Friday. We were going to go to Flower and Garden anyway, but the kids had it was a surprise that their spring break started on Friday. So if you were here, you actually just saw that we had a nice shot of Spaceship Earth while they went along for some pin training around World Showcase. And then, of course, they were so nice enough to bring me back some Beverly. Even though we technically weren't doing the Beverly Challenge that day, I was kind of going back to what I said before. I did promise to do some Beverly on a return live stream, which is what that was. And our kids got involved with the Beverly as well. I don't think they'll ever do that again. I'm also going to try to hold off on as much conversation as I can in the meantime, because I do need to keep a conversation going for when the Let It Go portion of the stage show happens, as we do get flagged for copyrights during that portion. A very popular song as it is, which should be coming up pretty soon if I'm hearing correctly. I don't know how well the audio is coming in on your guys' end. And as far as the other news to the Magic Kingdom goes, the next bit of news I've heard is simply just for what people have observed and what people have kind of told me in previous passings, and that they are using the pylons. They're applying the pylons for the Cars attraction. Basically, I guess you could say the support beams for what is going to be the newest attraction there. I'm not absolutely sure on what type of attraction it is. It does sound like it's going to have some off-roading elements involved with it. I'm wondering if it's going to be another kind of like, you drive it, it's on a track type of attraction, or if they just will do the driving for you as you navigate through, I'm assuming, some of the additional, scenery that they want to add to the Cars land. Not absolutely sure if it's going to have too much to do with Lightning McQueen either. So I'm very interested to see what everyone's take is going to be, either from what they have heard or seen of the attraction, and of course what people are actually going to be seeing when the attraction opens up in the next few years. And if you can tell, as I always say, it would not be a streaming without the screaming. I'll tell you what, if your kids aren't screaming during your Walt Disney World vacation, you're not doing enough. You got to get those kids tuckered out by the middle of the day. Sorry. All right, now I will say the temperature is definitely increasing right now. So now is a great time to come out to the Magic Kingdom if you are brave enough to endure the cold weather that we had before. Lots of people who are not natural-born Floridians or who have not been here long enough will find this to be great weather. You can probably tell there might be a lot of people wearing shorts and short sleeves. I will tell you this for a fact, for someone who's spent about the first 26 years of his life in Detroit, this would be perfect shorts wearing weather after a long, brutal winter. I know a lot of people are still having temperatures in the lower 40s and below that. And of course, some people are still having some snow. I shudder to think of what snow actually feels like this time of year again, with some blizzards and, of course, some crazy tornadoes that some places have been having as well. So kudos to those people who are braving those weather outtakes, and also who are just wanting to enjoy some of that Florida sunshine that may not be able to bear the Florida sunshine. I do still hear a few people that don't really care for the fact that when the sun does come out, the sun does get pretty brutal for a lot of people. I still hear people still talk about getting shade, even in passing right now. I still hear people saying about getting inside the shade and possibly even needing some water, which of course always take plenty of drinks of water, which I will probably have to do as soon as the song is over here. As you can tell, Elsa, if you can't see, I'm not sure how well you can see or how far back we are from the castle, but the finale scene of Frozen is playing right now, which is one of the reasons why I'm trying to keep up with the conversation without very little breaks so we don't get flagged for the copyrights, as she is singing the very powerful Let It Go song by, I believe, what was her name, Idina Menzel? I'm surprised my daughter is not singing it, but she is actually right here next to me, but she is engulfed her iPad for the time being. One of the things that she has really become fond of is her technology. We try not to give it to him too much. This is just a special occasion because she is just deciding to sit with me for the next few hours. All right, I will be getting my headphones here in just a moment so I can maybe get inside the chat, see if anybody has joined us. And before I do that, I just want to go ahead and thank everyone that has been supporting and coming to our channel on a every so often basis. We appreciate any and all the likes and the shares that we have been getting. Also, don't forget to check out some of our other videos. My wife really wants to get a hold of some ambiance and walkthroughs as far as our regular videos. Like I said, even though we are here live doing some people watching on this Wednesday afternoon, we do want to put out regular videos on Wednesdays that also pertain to different spots around Walt Disney World that we just casually watch people as they enjoy their day with some background noises. So please support us in every which way by even going back and watching those channels or watching those videos and having them just play in the background. Who knows? Maybe if you've been here recently, you might even see yourself, because these videos are kind of just done casually throughout the days that we come to the park. We just decided to put them out on Wednesdays. And also, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if someone took the idea for the most part, but if you've been here long enough, you remember at one point in time on Wednesdays when we did live stream on Wednesdays primarily, we used to have a segment called Wait Time Wednesdays, or I should say Wait Watchers, where basically we would walk around the theme park and I would try to guess the wait times of various attractions based off of what I interpreted as the crowd level. Being blind, I will say that I had a very good track record of being about 5 minutes off when it comes to the wait times. Once again, I estimate the wait times based off of the crowd level to get to the attraction, and sometimes just by listening to the attraction when we're standing in front of it. Would like to do that again in the future, but it is a little bit difficult on Wednesdays, as when the kids are in school, that is usually their short day. And sometimes that is like the one day that we will take just to ourselves to take care of some adult businesses, errands, groceries, all that good stuff. And of course, if you do seem to notice the camera start to wiggle a little bit, don't be alarmed. That is just me adjusting some of the things as I prepare to put the headphones on. All right. Testing, testing, testing. Just plugged in the headphones with the microphone. So hopefully I did not lose any of you guys. All right, now I'm gonna I just want to make sure that everyone can hear me loud and clear as we get to the finale of the Castle Show right here on Main Street USA. I have just plugged in my headphones and the microphone, so I'm just gonna do a little sound test. Microphone check, 1 2 1 2. Microphone check. Testes, 1 2 3. Like to thank everyone who has been inside chat. Hello, Keith. Hello, Fast. Hello, Robert. No, I'm not a big muffin guy. But maybe in the future we will have some more dining involved in this channel. We did have a couple times where we did share our lunches as soon as we started our stream. I think we did 2 streams where we had lunch right there on camera. One being, I think we had one where we ate I think it was the tacos. I don't even remember what we ate now. But it was at Pecos Bill. It wasn't as good as I wanted it to be. Hold on, big finale. Wait for it. Chaz. And then, of course, we did have a live stream where we went to Flower and Garden for the first time last week. We do always like to let the initial crowd go down. So we went to Flower and Garden for our taste test. I believe it was on Monday. But we had 4 very good dishes. 2 that are definitely something I would get again. And 2 I would actually say should be on a regular menu and not necessarily reserved for festival food.
I get a heart. Just like you got.
Once again, give this video a big thumbs up if you're liking live streams right here on Main Street USA at the Magic Kingdom on a Wednesday afternoon. Surprise, surprise. This, like I said, was originally planned for yesterday, but due to the colder temperatures that we had, there was no way we were going to get out. Today was a little bit better, about 7 degrees better than it was yesterday, but we still didn't get out here till about noon. As I said earlier, because of the spring break hours, they are having, I believe, 2 parades for this week, possibly for the foreseeable future, as the crowd levels are a bit high, just to kind of keep away from the congestion of so many people being here and staking their claim for just 1 parade. Now you have the opportunity of catching 2 parades. I would like to think that maybe in a future video, if we dare brave it, I would actually stake my claim for both the 12 and the 3 o'clock parades. Go ahead and like this video. Maybe comment down below if you'd like to see that, if they do have a 12 and a 3 o'clock parade at some point in the next week or so, if I'm allowed to come back. Would you like to see me do that? I have endurance when it comes to these things. As you can tell, when I stake my claim for these parades, I'm usually here about 2.5 to 3 hours ahead of schedule. And yes, I am standing the entire time, posted up on a trash cam. Bringing you, just like I said, bringing you the sights and me the sounds of Main Street USA. We would have done a walk around today. However, like I said, the park is extremely packed. I don't think it would be necessary for me to be bumping into everybody with my live stream going, making people mad. Like I said, I have little Calypso sitting right next to me as she waits for Jenny and Titan to make their first round of pin trading, and then Jenny will be joining. Calypso will be joining Jenny after that, and Titan will be sitting with me. as we get ready for, like I said, that 3 o'clock parade. We should also be hearing the Dapper Dans as they come out. They'll probably come out a little bit farther behind us, even though there's been a couple times, I don't know if we're just a magnet for these things, but there was a couple times that the Dapper Dans actually performed right in front of us. And then, of course, if you have tuned in, we have had a lot of proposals over the last couple weeks. I believe there was, what was it? I think 1 week we caught one right on the nose. I think just last week there were at least 2. I think we've caught 4 proposals on our live streams, not including the one that we just happened to see early in the morning one day that wasn't on camera. We've also been fortunate enough to catch 2 marching bands, 2 high school marching bands, as they perform just before, of course, the 3 o'clock parade as well. One of the things that Disney does do is they do have programs for young people from around the country to come and do a performance, which I think is an incredible accomplishment. To not only participate in something as grand as marching in front of complete strangers, but to do it right here at Disney World. They've also been doing it around World Showcase over at Epcot as well, something that was a surprise to us during one of our chaotic live streams where our equipment did not want to participate. And I will say this too as well, even though I do have the headphones and the microphone on right now, I will probably be disconnecting it off and on to make sure that the battery is A-OK as far as the phone goes. We do have some updates to our equipment. We do have one of the newer gimbals that supposedly has 10 hours of battery life. Unfortunately, the first day we tested out was the day it was at its hottest. So the equipment kind of died out because of the heat. Hopefully that will not be an issue in the future. And of course, if you are watching us live, go ahead and like this video, subscribe to the channel if you have not. It is the least you could do to support our channel in every which way. We appreciate anybody and everybody that has come through over the last 2 months that has helped out our channel. And of course, all of our newer moderators. Of course, we're not really strict with our moderations here. Just keep it clean, keep it nice. That is our only requirement here at This Time Daily. Please do not harass other people in the chat comments as well. If anybody's going to be doing any harassing, it's going to be me and even our snarky moderators. Your Eclipse?
Yeah. I'm good at actually yelling.
All right, like I've always said, time and time again, be sure, once you're coming in, the best thing you can do is just go ahead and leave a like, even if you're going to be in for a split second. Leave a like, leave a comment down below. Let us know where you're watching from, if you're ninja watching, if you're in your office, sneakily listening to us in a smaller window, so that as the bosses don't know, even though you know your bosses are probably doing the exact same thing, watching This Time Daily. Be sure to tell your friends, tell your enemies, tell your family. Hopefully they're not all the same people. Send that spam mail to all the people that's on your contact list to watch This Time Daily. Hit us up on the notifications. Make sure your notifications are set to on so that you can keep up with any and all chaos that we do have. As I said, we also have some regular videos that are out there. Some of the things that my wife likes to do in the spare time. She's not too big onto the live streaming. That is all me, especially as far as conversation goes. But she does like to do little ambiance videos. She's still getting the handle of a lot of things. hopefully, if we do get an actual, a newer laptop, I should say, or a newer computer, she'll be able to maybe do a little bit more, maybe function with the apps that she has a little bit better. She also does want to. She's still looking for ways of getting, I guess you could say, free music in a sense that she could apply to some of these videos that she would like to do. She, like I said, she would like to do a lot of ambiance videos, and also some of the things that we have posted is a lot of freestanding videos where we're just watching a crowd go by. But she wants to add like subtle music to the background of those videos as well. One of the newest ones that we just did, we just took the kids over to Animal Kingdom Lodge not that long ago for some swimming and other activities, and we found some pretty good spots to look at the animals. So check out one of those later videos. The latest videos that we have is views of that savannah over the Animal Kingdom Kidani Lodge, or so it's Kidani Village at Animal Kingdom Lodge. That is one of the resorts that's definitely going to be in our bucket list. Well, I should say bucket list. It's one of the resorts I definitely do want to stay at for especially content reasons, along with the boardwalk, with a nice view of the lake. And then, of course, the creme de la creme for me is another stay at the Contemporary Resort, at least a stay with the entire family, where we get a theme park view. I probably, if the balcony is big enough, I'd probably sleep in the balcony. I know, and I said that on the last cruise that we did. I never actually did it, but if we go on a longer cruise, I'll probably do that as well.
Oh, that was wait, that was after.
Once again, I'd like to thank everyone who tunes in just for the slightest of moments and leaving a like and maybe even commenting down below if you can. Let us know where you're from, where you're watching from, if you're a new subscriber as well. We did have quite a few new subscribers that actually didn't know. We actually have had quite a few. When I checked our analytics over the last, I think it goes by 28 days, lots of people. I think it was like 68 people have tuned into us in just a month. Oh. Usually loud, excessive screaming like that is followed by a proposal, but obviously that was just, people were just happy to be here, which is always great. People excited to be here at the Magic Kingdom, just like I am after 40 plus years of being here. If you didn't know the history, I will say it gladly once again. My father brought me to Disney World back in 1982 when I was just a wee little boy. Born in February, but my first trip was in November. And I think that my dad made it a motion to bring me to the theme parks every year. I do believe there was at least a good 10 years of my life that it's a tradition to come to Disney World on my birthday. Being the fact of being in Michigan, we do have a thing called winter break, which took place usually the second or third week of February. Either way it goes, it was always between Valentine's Day and President's Day, which is exactly when my birthday falls in line with. Earlier vacations, of course, started off with going over to Daytona for the weekend, which was generally around the Daytona 500, if not the week before. And then we would spend the rest of the days in Central Florida going to Disney. And I do remember in the 90s, that's when my dad discovered timeshares. And between 1990 and 1999, he had been to 3 different timeshares. All of which, or I should say 2 of which, I'm very familiar, and I actually live very close by to those 2 right now. So in a weird way, I could say that my entire Florida, introduction to Florida is coming full circle. Literally, we live in the very area that I would always say that for 10 years I grew up in Florida. So it's very, very familiar, but definitely very different. And like I said, I am 44 years old, and going to Disney just does not get old. I literally could come here and do exactly this every day. I don't necessarily have to go on to any rides or check out any other things. I'm perfectly fine with just Main Street USA, listening to the music. I guess that's a big part of why I enjoy some of the memories of Disney. As I've said, most of the days that I live stream at Disney, I'm always talking about memorable things. I should always tag some sort of key phrase to match up with the days. Today being, I'd say, like we said, even though it's people watching Wednesdays, as you can see in the title, this is a real-time view of what the crowds are like right here on Main Street USA. But I could also paraphrase it and say this is also should be called Way Back Wednesdays. Where we will talk about some of the things that we remember way back. I've already voiced the way back in the day when you used to be able to walk through the castle throughout the day before the stage shows became prominent. And also the way back in the day before the New Look Hub area where we had trees right in the center there, right where the where the partner statue is. It didn't used to always be there. It actually was a plethora of trees and benches that used to sit there, kind of almost like a little park. And of course, anybody remembers the large amounts of water that used to surround all of the castle. Back in the early days of the Magic Kingdom, they used to have swan boats that you could board. They have since taken the docks out. The swan boats haven't been around since the 70s, so before I even came to the Magic Kingdom, the swan boats were already gone. Welcome in, DJ. Welcome to the chat, welcome to the channel, and like I said, we are here live from Main Street USA. We are staking our claim right here for the 3 o'clock parade. We got to the park just after 12 noon to be exact. And surprise to us, there was actually 2 parades today, the 12 o'clock parade, and there's going to be a 3 o'clock parade. That's typically what you see around this time of the year as the crowds start to get a little heavier and heavier. If you are just now tuning in, be forewarned, this is the only spot of the Magic Kingdom that we're going to be getting for the next couple hours. This is the duration of what we're going to be doing today as the crowds are heavy. I will not be embarking on any journeys with my wife in her pin trading adventures as the crowds are just too heavy. I can only imagine what the wait times are like. We'll leave that to the professionals that are out there also streaming inside the park right now. And also, like I said before, my little one, Calypso, is actually sitting here right next to me as she's just taking in the sights and sounds, but she's also on her iPad doing what is she, a tween? Yeah, doing what tweens do. She will be here briefly as Jenny is making one round of pin trading with our son, Titan, who's probably driving her crazy right now. But once they return back, they'll have a little snack break, and then they'll go another round of pin trading. But this time, Titan will stay with me, and Calypso will go around. And like I said, I will be here for the entire time, waiting for the 3 o'clock parade. I have that stamina. Yes.
What do you think I should get
Huh?
from the snack?
What?
What do you think I should get from the snack?
Well, I don't know, because you like that popsicle thing, but I don't know if it's. Are you hot enough for that?
Huh?
Are you warm enough for the popsicle snack, or?
I don't know if I want the popsicles.
Because you really can't have too much. And there's only so many things I can get with that little piece of paper. And you really can't have popcorn, so I don't know.
Yeah, I can have them.
Unless, do you like pretzels? No, you don't like
I
pretzels.
can't have the pretzels.
Yeah, you can't have the pretzels.
I'm standing.
Yeah, you might have to just go ahead and do the popsicle then. I mean, there's really not much, unless, do you do good on those Minute Maid frozen things?
We haven't had those in a while, so I don't know.
I mean, maybe if you just get the lemonade one and not the pink one, yeah.
I think it's the strawberry.
Oh, yeah, probably is strawberry, because strawberry has that red dye. I mean, but the lemonade will probably have yellow dye, so you have to choose your dyes carefully.
I can Google to see if it has any dye.
I'm pretty sure it does. Pretty much everything nowadays has a dye. That's how they make it the colors. Even if it's white, it has a dye in it for some odd reason. Yes, so update on the weather. Sorry, just talking to my daughter there, clearly as you can tell. The weather today is high of about 68 degrees. I would say it's definitely climbing to the 60s now. I'm with the sun out, it feels great, but there is a bit of a breeze, so it does cool off a little bit. We did have plans, as I said, yesterday of coming out, but the temperature was not agreeing with us. We don't do too good in the 60s. I've often said if it's not 90 degrees, I'm not even going out. I do have to change my perspective on that a lot of times. But it's definitely acceptable for if you're here on vacation. It's not too hot to where you'll be miserable, and it's also not too cold where you need to. I mean, this is one of those tricky times of year where you'll leave your room or your Airbnb bundled, but you'll also, like my wife did, she's dressed in layers so she can remove them as she goes along.
You make our feet hurt more.
As with me, I'm wearing my Darth Vader spirit to prepare for the windy day, or the windy parts of the day, but now that the wind is starting to die down a little bit, starting to get a little heated, I can withstand it though a little bit. I'm not sweating, so that's a good thing. Oh, what you doing?
I put my iPad back. It's glitching like really bad. I can't even text mom.
What do you mean?
And I can't Google it.
What do you mean glitching?
Like the internet's slow.
Oh, because there's so many people here.
And a lot of people are using the Wi-Fi?
Yeah, especially because we're right next to Starbucks, I think.
No.
Is it Starbucks
We're
right across
next
the
to
street?
Casey's.
Yeah, but across the street.
I cannot see it.
Or is it the confectionery?
The ice cream parlor is like in front of us.
Oh, okay, so Starbucks should be, ice cream is over here in front of us? Okay, so Casey's, or the Starbucks.
Casey's is up
Yeah,
here.
Starbucks should be right over there. Starbucks should be right next to the ice cream place.
No, that's
It won't,
Factory.
yeah, it won't say Starbucks on there.
Oh no, I see the sign that says Starbucks. There's another
Oh, there's?
sign. There's like a circle sign in front of it.
Oh, and it's farther down?
No, it's still in the store that the bakery is.
Oh, yeah, okay,
The
yeah.
sign is up where the bakery. Ah, there's a bee next to you.
That's all right.
No, I don't think that was a bee. It was much brighter.
All right. Nope.
It is a much brighter yellow.
Oh, as long as you don't mess with it, it won't mess with you.
I kind of tried to whack it because it was next to you.
Wait, hold on.
I don't see it.
What'd you say, Calypso?
I kind of almost whacked it because it was next to you, but I don't see it anymore.
Hold on one second. Oh. All right. Well, I want to give a shout out to Jose. Jose's first real trip coming up in the next couple weeks here to Disney. Always exciting for someone's first time coming to Walt Disney World. Of course, take all the tips and information that you need from anybody and everybody. Everyone has a different outtake on how to make the best of your Disney day. But the one important thing I will always say is when you're coming to Disney, when you're coming to Florida, the most important thing to pack is your pants. Your patience pants. Because you need the patience of a saint. As a matter of fact, I heavily think that you should pack your patience pants that's made by saints. Because that's the type of patience you need to have when coming to Florida, especially this time of year. And with all the crazy stuff that I hear happening at the airports with delays, cancellations, and every nightmare in between. Fortunate enough, we live here and we live roughly about 15-20 minutes away from Disney property. So it does make it very beneficial for us to be as close, even though one wrong move and it can wreck everyone's day, because we've had a couple of accidents that have closed down one road, and because of Florida's poor development planning with the increased popularity over the last 6 or 7 years, when that one road goes down, there's only one other alternative, and that just happens to be the other road that everybody wants to go on. So on a good day, we can get to Disney. We can get to the closest Disney park, which is Animal Kingdom to us. We can get there in about 15 minutes on a good day. On a somewhat normal day, maybe 20, 25 minutes. But if something goes wrong on any other road, we're not going anywhere. We actually live on one of the roads that is a bypass for people to avoid one of our bigger interstates, I-4. Eclipse?
Yeah.
What was that, you?
Yeah.
Good. Are you stepping in front of the camera?
I forgot We were still filming, so I don't know if I was still.
Yeah, you probably did. They probably got your big head in there.
I was like right here.
Oh, okay. Well, that's close
Oh,
enough.
they probably barely saw.
Probably. Sorry. Forgive me if I'm catching up to the chats a little bit later. Like I said, I do have to wait till I can get a moment to check the chats. Easter is probably going to be iffy because at that point in time, most of the spring break crowd should be done, but then there's another wave of spring break after that. Sometimes we've gotten lucky, I would say. Once you get to that second week of April, just after Easter or so, that's when the crowds really do die down after that. It's definitely not the way that it has been in previous years. Ever since 2023, Florida's tourism has kind of gone back to normal, if you want to call it that. One of the things, of course, being here for some of the pandemic is something I called revenge travel. People that were cooped up in their houses for 2020 and for some people in 2021, everybody came to Florida in like 2 years. They got it all out of their system. But then 2023, a lot of cities in Florida took a stance on spring breakers. Some of they've relaxed this year a little bit, only for chaos to ensue, of course. But it did take a toll on the economy here in Florida, even though it's still been a good series of years for tourism. I just think that they wanted it to be 2021, 2022 numbers, and it just wasn't going to be that. And I think they budgeted the future based off those numbers, even though that wasn't a guarantee. As you can tell from the crowd here, as I can tell from the crowd here, it is a bit crowded, a bit more crowded than it has been in recent weeks. I expect it to kind of stay this way for the foreseeable future. I do expect the crowd levels to actually dip down a little bit by the summer. One of the things I always say is most people don't really travel to Florida that much during the summer because it's nice everywhere. Usually people come to Florida when it's not so nice where they're from. So definitely once we get after Memorial Day, our crowd level should dwindle down a little bit. Once again, as always, if you're enjoying the Magic Kingdom, if you're enjoying Main Street USA, go ahead and like this video, subscribe to the channel if you have not. For all of our chaos, go ahead and hit that notifications. Check us out whenever we are live. We are just so sporadic as of late. As I said, we had a surprise today, as we did intend on coming out here yesterday. But due to the weather conditions not being favorable for us, we opted not to, which means we wanted to make up for it today, and we will possibly be doing it again on Friday, depending on what the plans are. I do believe we have a reservation already in place for Friday. And of course, as I said, the little ones are out of school for this week, so they are in tow. Of course, Calypso standing right next to me, waiting for Jen and Titan to do one round of pin trading. Calypso, do you want to say hi? No? Okay. Too bad. I think they heard you anyway, because the microphone is like right here. Oh. Don't know why you're being so shy.
I'm camera shy.
Why are you camera shy?
Because I am.
Okay. Like I said, she's tagging along, standing right here beside me as we stake our claim, waiting for the 3 o'clock parade right here on Main Street, USA. Make sure you don't lose our spots. Because Titan's going to take it when he gets back. Like I said, if you are coming down to Disney, go ahead and take in everybody's information. Watch everybody.
Where's Mom?
Where is she?
She's right.
Oh.
Yeah, because my iPad.
Yeah. The Wi-Fi is acting up because of everybody here.
It wouldn't let me.
Okay, do you know what you want? Titan, you sit here. I'm like right here.
Do you know the lemonade ice cream thingies have dye? No.
No, the Minute Maid in the cups.
They have dye. Those I know have dye.
Can I get
No.
I can only use the popsicle. I don't want the popsicle.
Pretzel?
She doesn't do good on the pretzels.
So you know how you say
And you don't want the... Hey,
Hmm.
saw the carpetbagger.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Passed him up just a second ago.
okay. I think I did know he was going to be here because he's supposed to be going. He's supposed to go. Oh, he's supposed to be going to the UK.
Oh, okay.
He was at Epcot, and yeah, he's going to be going to the UK in honor of Adam.
He was a friend of Adam's. Okay, do you want to go get this?
Of course, if you just heard that, my wife just returned with Titan. There's going to be a little bit of switch off as Callista's going to be getting her snack as they prepare to go around pitch ready. No, you're switching off, so you stay here, Titan.
You
Titan,
have to
no.
go to the spot. We're not going around again. We'll be back in just a minute.
You want your iPad, Titan?
Uh-huh.
Which one's yours? This one?
Chew the popcorn good.
This one? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, stay right there. Don't move. You gotta save that spot. All right, so you have done the old switch off. I now have Titan right behind me. Hey, Titan, you want to say hi to the microphone?
Yeah. Hi.
Yeah, you probably heard that. He's got his popcorn. He's got his iPad, so he is happier than a pig in stool. As we are here live at the Magic Kingdom, right here on Main Street, USA. A little bit of people watching Wednesday
No.
as we prepare for the 3 o'clock parade. Staking our claim right now. Wow. It's already been 1 hour right here on Main Street, USA. So at this point in time, let's see. We got here, we started sharing about 12:30. I'd say it's about 1:30. There might be one more performance of the Castle Show taking place. Then right after that, or in the meantime, there should be the Main Street Philharmonic. They'll be making a half lap, which basically means that when they start their route over there in Frontierland by Tiana's Bayou Adventure, they will only come up to the Castle Hub, which is just in front of the castle, before they dip back to start the route all over again, as they are one of the first parts of the 3 o'clock parade. I don't know if there's going to be a high school band performing. Usually high school bands, they've had performing coming from behind us at the front of Main Street. They kind of go up Main Street, do a loop around in front of the castle, and then return backstage. Followed by, like I said, the Main Street Philharmonic. The Grand Marshals, which is a specially selected family that is selected in the very beginning of the day. From what I understand, it has been known that they are usually the first family to enter into the gates of the Magic Kingdom. And then right after that, it is, of course, the Festival of Fantasy Parade. Because of the crowds here for spring break, there were 2 parade performances. We just came in after the first one, which was at 12 o'clock. And then the return one is, of course, the one that's happening at 3, weather permitting, and of course, without any technical difficulties. So stay tuned for that. If you were within earshot of what my wife had said when she just traded off, she just happened to see the Carpetbagger walking past us. Carpetbagger, one of the well-known YouTubers that are out there that was good friends with the late Adam the Woo. From what I understand, the Carpetbagger, he's been in Florida for some time in honor of Adam as he went to Epcot to do some activities over there before he actually goes over for a overseas trip. I believe he's going to the UK in honor of Adam. And of course, if you are tuned into this channel right now, if you're enjoying the view from Main Street USA and you're awaiting the 3 o'clock parade with us, go ahead and like this video, subscribe if you have not, hit that bell notification for all the chaos that we do have. Check out some of our other videos, as we do want to try to put out some regular videos, and let us know if you want to see us personalize them a little bit more. I know there's not a lot of content with our lovely faces, especially my wife. I like her a lot. But if you want to see more of that personalization with us inside, leave us a comment down below, or leave us a comment on some of our videos if you check them out. Let us know. And of course, as I said, if you're also clicking on this for some of the updates, we did cover some of the updates that I've heard as of late. Of course, Big Thunder Mountain, which is having a rumored opening day of around May 5th. So very, very close to that. And of course, because of that opening day maybe being the very first part of May, I would expect there to be some previews prior to that. Typically, they don't do previews for attractions that are down for refurbishment. But this particular attraction is actually having I believe there's a new ending that they've added onto it. So I believe there's actually an extension to the attraction. I don't think there's a lot known for the newer ending. I think a lot of people are hoping that it is very similar to the Disneyland Big Thunder Mountain ending with the explosion scene. I do believe they'll probably do some previews of that beforehand. Typically, the way that it goes is it's sometimes the media first, if they do allow that, then followed by cast members. And then shortly after the cast members, they start the annual pass holders and, of course, resort guests before the unofficial soft opening, where they just kind of let anybody come in as they see fit. Just remember, though, when they do announce the day, let's say the day is May 5th, that means the attraction is in rehearsal mode before that day. So expect that attraction to go down at any given moment during that time of rehearsal. Also, don't expect there to be any lightning lanes available, as since the attraction is going to be in what is going to be known as rehearsal mode, there are no lightning lanes available or any other add-ons like that. So just remember, once they do announce the date, any date before that is basically a rehearsal. So that ride could shut down or not be available. So do not plan your vacations based off of that. All right, from what I understand, there will be a marching band coming through. I probably will not be turning the camera. They might be coming in from behind us. So we'll just keep the camera facing this way. As what they've been doing lately is they've been having the marching band, the high school marching band, will start from the train station. They will come down Main Street USA, which is directly behind us. They will cross in front of the camera all the way to the castle. They will wrap around the hub of the castle, only to come back down Main Street USA, back to the fire station. I believe that is a more efficient way for them to do it with the high school, because again, they are going into a backstage area. You don't want too much of that magic being foiled, so to speak. And since there's a lot of prepping for the actual 3 o'clock parade that's done beforehand, they obviously are being very cautious to see what the impressionable young youth is going to be seeing backstage. Like I said, I did hear the young lady making the announcement to make sure that everyone stays on the sidewalk as the marching band comes through. Marching band should be coming through in just a few moments. Not sure if they'll make the announcement or not. Usually they do make an announcement on what school it is and where they're from. We've actually caught 2 marching bands here on Main Street USA. 2 marching bands, 3 proposals, maybe 4. And also a Dapper Dan show. You all right, Titan? All right, in case you're just now tuning in, we are here live, Main Street USA, staking our claim right here, Trash Cam, for the 3 o'clock Festival of Fantasy Parade. It is a lovely climbing up to about 68 degrees. Hey, Titan, is there any space right here? Don't let nobody take this space right here, okay? Don't let nobody get in this space right here, okay? Where are you at? Touch my hand. Oh, okay, perfect. Okay, I'm gonna put this bag right here. Make sure nobody takes it, okay? All right. So if you're just now tuning in, and if you're just now getting to know us, my name is Charles, aka Supa. Supa today, as an old friend used to call me. My wife Jenny, 8675309 from around the block. We come to Disney quite often as we live very, very close by. And as my wife usually likes to do her pin training throughout the day, I accompany her because of my love for Disney. Will not let me stay at home anymore. But usually I will either walk with her if the crowds are light, or I will just, as we see what we're doing here, we're just gonna stake our claim, get that nice view. I would like to change up the views here in the near future. Maybe not showcasing the parade as much. I do believe in the future we're going to do this parade thing for the Tuesdays for the foreseeable future, as our little ones are actually in a play for the Wizard of Oz. And of course, like I said, after this month, it may be very limited because I'm at the mercy of Disney's gracious opportunity of getting into the park as a current inactive cast member. My blockout dates for the Magic Kingdom start at the end of this month. I will be able to go to the other 3 parks nonetheless. Magic Kingdom is off limits for the moment. So stay tuned for other views around the Magic Kingdom and around the other parks. I do want to actually sit down in front of the Haunted Mansion as I used to do before.
Everyone. Magic Kingdom and Disney Imagination Campus are proud to present from Brentwood, California, the Liberty High School Marching Band.
All right, Brentwood, California.
The Liberty High School Marching Band.
All right, Brentwood, California. Where you at? We've got the Liberty High School Marching Band about to make its appearance. I am not going to turn the camera as I will have no way of pointing the camera back in its proper position. So you'll be able to hear the marching band come from behind us. You'll be able to hear the marching band come from behind us. They will cross right in front of us.
You guys can sit. Just don't stick your feet all the way out. We just don't want to trip anybody.
Hey, Titan, make sure nobody sits right here, okay? Or let me know, okay? Please excuse if you see anybody standing in front of the camera. Hopefully they won't stand there for very long if they do. Actually, you know what would be a great help? If anybody in the chat, if anybody in the chat wants to let me know, if I can turn the camera anyway, let me know in the comments. No? You're supposed to say that. You're supposed to stay seated. Titan, stay seated. Because you don't want somebody to take your spot. Or everybody else's spot. All right, that was the Liberty High School Marching Band from Brentwood, California. They're going to be doubling back around, I believe, once they go around the main hub. Like I said, please forgive us if people are standing just in front of the camera's view. I feel as if they are. And once again, if you are tuning in, go ahead and give us a like subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Hit that bell notification for all the chaos as we are staking our claim for the 3 o'clock parade. Waiting for the Liberty High School Marching Band from Brentwood, California to make its way back down Main Street, USA, as the rest of the activities in preparation for the Festival of Fantasy Parade will start to happen. Typically the way they do things, once the high school marching band gets backstage, back up to the front of the park, we might go ahead and see the Main Street Philharmonic do its half lap. Shortly after that, we'll probably have one more showing of the Castle Show. And then of course at that point in time, we'll be very close to the activities. I think it'll be around 2:15, 2:20 before we really get to the nitty-gritty. Waiting for Main Street Philharmonic to come down one more time, followed by the Grand Marshal, and then of course the 3 o'clock parade. And of course, as always, if you can hear it in the background, it wouldn't be a streaming without the screaming. If your little ones aren't screaming during your Disney vacation, you're not doing it right. There's going to be probably a lot of beehives and activity here on Main Street, USA, as many people are going to get word that the 3 o'clock parade is, people are going to start sitting up, getting their spots. As I said, the crowds are very busy this week, whether it be people who have had delayed vacations or people whose vacations have been delayed by some of the weather that's been happening all across the country. Crowds are pretty thick. I've heard of some pretty high wait times for very common attractions. So of course, everyone that is here on vacation or that will be coming on vacation here during the next few weeks, be sure to pack those patience pants. You will need it before, during, and after your Walt Disney World Day. As of right now, our next planned live stream could be on Friday, depending on where we're going to be, and the weather should be exceptionally great as we will start to warm up significantly during that weekend as we get back into the 80s for all of next week. So stay tuned for those updates as well. I think that the goal is to be live streaming at least 4 days next week, probably Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. So stay tuned for those. And if anything, if the crowds are a little bit better, I might even tag along with my wife. See what trouble we can get into. And right on cue, Castle Show is starting. We should also beating the Dapper Dans might be making an appearance. We also should have, I believe, the piano player, whoever that should be today, will probably be performing at some point somewhere behind me, as I'm standing fairly close to Casey's corner. As I said, try to keep up with my conversation as we get to the Frozen part of the Castle Show. Try to keep the conversation going while to avoid the copyright that music does come with. And as always, if you're enjoying Main Street USA, if you're enjoying waiting for the Festival of Fantasy Parade on the trash cam, go ahead and like this video, subscribe to the channel. You alright, Titan? Also, as I mentioned before, with another update is, of course, with Buzz Lightyear. Buzz Lightyear is very, very close to being done. I actually think that Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spin, the newly updated Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spin, probably will be opening either later this month, if not early next month. Try to balance out the Big Thunder Mountain opening the month after that. From that point on, it'll just be a lot of more touch-ups. No word yet. I've heard rumors that Carousel of Progress is going to be going down for their refurb as they want to add the Walt Disney animatronic to that attraction as well. I think that's something that's going to be very interesting. I think a lot of people do have issues with it because the Walt Disney family particularly did not want Walt Disney as an animatronic. But the Walt Disney World Company felt otherwise. Of course, the Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spin is going to be getting a nice little update as the weapons will now be detachable. So you'll have some free range to the targets that you can shoot at. And from what I understand, the targets are going to be more up to date. They will light up. I believe they're going to be digital, I think is what I heard. So hopefully it'll be a very, very big overhaul. I was actually hoping that they would be, I don't want to say getting rid of it altogether, but again, I think that Toy Story now being regulated over really to Hollywood Studios, I think it was about time that they took the Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spin out, maybe giving us a Monsters Inc. style attraction. Very similar to the Monsters Inc. attraction that I believe, I can't remember which one this is in. I want to say it might be the one in Tokyo, where you're armed with flashlights that basically kind of trigger animations within the attraction itself. Very similar to, the Men in Black attraction over there at Universal Studios. But you can obviously tell they're not going to be doing that anytime soon, as Buzz Lightyear is here to stay. As far as I've heard, the turnstiles, the touch points for the lightning lanes have been reinstalled. There's also added some new features to the outdoor queue, if it's necessary to have. Some lighting effects. So that's very exciting. Also very excited to see if they will take down the People Mover for a little bit to update maybe some features on the Buzz Lightyear portion of that attraction. Make sure no one's going to be sitting in my my daughter Calypso's spot. As not sure if they went around to make their round of pin trading as well. We have our little ones for spring break. So Jenny and Titan did one round of pin trading, and now it's going to be Calypso and Jenny for the next round as they make their way back for the 3 o'clock parade. And of course, that is where the live stream will end. We will probably hang out a little bit more. I haven't really decided on that yet. I do have to get home and prepare dinner. But the live stream will probably end about 3:30 or so once the parade goes past us. As I said, I would love to do a walk around with you guys, but the crowd, they're just not working with us right now. It's already difficult enough for me to navigate with my wife being blind and having the camera. So we'll leave the full walkthroughs to the professionals that are out there. But if you are enjoying Trash Cam right here on Main Street USA, go ahead and like this video, subscribe to the channel if you have not already.
All right, fellas, we made it. The Main Street. Everybody's in here.
The Dappers.
Look at everyone that's coming to visit the Dapper Dance. Surely that's why everybody's here, right? I knew it.
This will probably help with the copyright music from Frozen if they're lasting long, so I will let the Dappers serenade you as we just have a look of Main Street USA. So enjoy. I'll see you all a little later.
Down the middle of Main Street, USA. USA, it's the heart of America, the heartbeat of a holiday. The place was made with a magical plan, and right down the street they raised a fancy land. Walking right down the middle of Main Street, USA. Main Street, I'm walking right down Main Street, USA. It's the heartbeat of holiday. Just to that big brass fancy land. I'm walking right down the middle of Main Street, USA. All right, thank you everybody. Welcome to Main Street, USA. We are the Dapper Dans. That's right, the official welcoming crew of the Magic Kingdom.
Did you not have that
That's
plugged
right. Hey,
No.
You know what song we're singing next to that? Oh, yeah, what is this next song, folks?
You have been talking to people about it.
No, I just unplugged my microphone.
Oh, I just said that.
Oh, I thought you meant this cord.
I think they want that song to go away. All right, you know what? How about a Disney tune? You want to hear a Disney tune from the Dapper Dance? Say yeah! All right, well this next tune is about one of my favorite Disney princesses. That's right. You know who I'm talking about, right? Cruella de Vil! Have you heard her? I've seen the movie. Just the first part. Oh, Cruella de Vil, Cruella de Vil. If she doesn't scare you, no evil thing will. To see her is to take a sudden chill. Cruella, Cruella de Vil. Pick up the lover's little, the ice in her stare. All innocent little dragon and everywhere. She's like a spider waiting for the kill.
Where are they performing? Behind us? I figured they'll at least take over the music so that we don't hear the Frozen part.
Oh yeah! Thank you, everybody. Thank you. We are the Dapper Dans. That's right. We're out in front of the cinema, everybody, by Main Street, USA. That's right. Fellas, you know what? How about we tell a few little jokes? When I say hey, you say what? Let's try it. Hey! What?
I remember that. And in the words of the Dapper Dans, if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, like and subscribe. If you're happy and you know it, give us $1. No? Okay.
That is what they say.
That's what they say. Well, except for the like and subscribe. I threw that part in. They just say lick your nose.
Yeah.
All right, so as you can tell, the band's back together. We got the little ones sitting right here curbside, enjoying their snacks while we wait for the 3 o'clock parade. And of course, as you can see, the castle show happening just down yonder.
Aurora Loves Disney's here. Hey, Aurora.
Aurora loves Disney and Disney. Well, obviously we love Aurora. Briar Rose. We're here live from Main Street, USA. As you can tell, we're getting a live view of Cinderella Castle as it gets painted back to its glorious colors of old. After a long, what's it been, five years since they painted? Well, no, 6 years since they painted pink, yeah. Because it was painted pink for the 50th celebration back in 2021. And they've just now started to paint it back to its original color. Who knows what the next pink scheme will be for the 75th anniversary. Of course, I'm wondering if they're going to do a diamond celebration here the way they did for Disneyland.
Yeah, that was fun. We were there for that.
Yeah, Disneyland's diamond celebration. We went broke with our merchandise.
Oof.
We bought those, the Mickey and Minnie in their 60th diamond outfits.
I remember we shipped stuff back.
Yeah.
Oh, we bought the cast.
Oh yeah, because they were doing free shipping still at that time too. Yeah. Ah, good times. Ooh, that breeze is kicking up again. So it's a good thing. I was just about to take off my Spirit jersey.
Yeah, no thank you.
Well, I mean, because it was the sun was beaming,
Yeah.
but it wasn't like I'm not sweating. So I was like, well, I'm not hot enough yet.
Yeah.
Oh, the Liberty High School Marching Band from Brentwood, California.
I heard.
Yeah. I was like, look at that. With all of our California influence that we've had recently. I'm going to have to look up. I don't even know where Brentwood is. I've heard of it.
We've been there.
We've been to Brentwood?
Yeah.
Where's it at?
We're Walt's house. We drove up to Walt's house.
That's where that is?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The
Okay.
one you couldn't see from the road.
Yeah. Well, that road was so narrow, too.
Yeah.
It's not like I could pull over. Oh, all right. Let's find something to talk about while the Frozen part goes in. Okay, so as far as any of the new updates, like I said, they're still working on the. I'm sorry, I was about to say Frozen. They're still working on the Cars attraction. From what I understand, the pylons have been placed as they get ready. They get ready for that construction to maybe go vertical here in the next year or so. I still expect that to take a while to go through. But of course, Big Thunder Mountain, as I said before, supposedly has a rumored date of May 5th. So expect there to be a lot of fanfare for that attraction prior to that date. And many people that are going to try to get on that attraction to get any sneak previews of what they can construction-wise for, what's it called? Piston Peak. And of course, the upcoming Villains Land, all under construction on the backside of the former Tom Sawyer's Island. Lots of people have been speculating that they could see some construction from the queue line of the Haunted Mansion. If you're going through the cemetery, the regular standby queue of the Haunted Mansion, you can get maybe a little partial glimpse of what's going on the other side of the wall there. No official word on that. And then, of course, the Walt Disney World Railroad is closed for or I should say, the full tour of the Walt Disney World Railroad is closed for the foreseeable future, as it is now just in Shuttermole going from Main Street USA back to the circus area. That is also because of the construction that is going on in what's to be going beyond the train tracks here in the Magic Kingdom. Something that they successfully experimented with Tron. If you had been paying attention, Tron is the first and only attraction here at the Magic Kingdom, here in Disney World, that is on the opposite side of the train tracks. And it does open the doors for a lot of other additions to be made along those train tracks as well. Of course, there is, I would say there's probably, if I'm remembering the backstage areas or the zones that you can't go to, there's still some potential growth on the other side of the circus area of those train tracks. So who's to tell what they will do in the future? I would love to see them actually go ahead with Pixie Hollow over on that side of town. Or I would love for them to bring over some version of Toontown. Maybe a smaller version, Toon Village. Maybe where Mickey's summer home can be. As that is one of the things that many people still talk about to this day, is the former area was known as Mickey's Toontown Fair, which is one of the spots that you could see Mickey and Minnie at their houses here, along with Donald's Boat, and of course Goofy's Barnstormer and Pete's Garage. Of course, Pete's Garage was just the bathrooms and a quick drinking station. But again, if the Villains Land is a success, and of course lots of rumors and speculation as to what's actually going to be going there and if it's going to be worth the wait, I think they're going to do the best of what they can. But if it does go to that success, I could expect a lot more additional space being used across the train tracks, at least over there in Fantasyland. And once again, I have unplugged my headphones at this time, so I am not going to be able to get to the comments. But as always, feel free to like this video, subscribe to the channel if you have not, hit that bell notification, make sure that the notifications are set to all on. We do not post that often, but we don't want you to miss anything and everything that we do post. Check out some of our other videos on our channel as well, as a lot of them will be ambiance videos. We're getting the hang of some of that newer form of technology. My wife really wants to get a hold of putting pictures that she takes and putting them to specific music. Of course, following the YouTube laws, of course.
Your favorite thing so far? Yeah, she was really excited until she got next to me watching.
Of course, one of our upcoming live streams that I think we're going to try to do is something on Friday. No telling what we're going to be doing on that Friday. Stay tuned for that. Also, be forewarned, I'm probably going to be fiddling around with a new app tomorrow. You never know, I might accidentally go live tomorrow at some point because I don't know exactly what I'm doing. Seeing if it'll be more easy to access. I'm just making up all the words today. A little bit more easeable to use. As I've always said before, we are a struggling and growing channel, so we appreciate any and all of the support that we get. And of course, the easiest thing and the freest thing to do is, of course, liking this video, subscribing to the channel, tell your friends, tell your family, tell your enemies. Hopefully they're not all the same people. To join us on this time as we go live in real time. Today's video is specifically for people watching as we check out some of the spring break crowds right here on Main Street USA. But it's going to be a double. It's going to be a double of it, because not only is it going to be the people watching, but we're also going to have the 3 o'clock parade, as I said, that we're preparing for. And of course, be prepared for some of our average videos. Could be some people watching videos. We do have a nice video of the savannah over at the Animal Kingdom Lodge, Kidani Village. And we also have a 12-minute video of the newest Tiger Cub playing in a pool. And be on the lookout for a future video where we'll have a full walkthrough of the Maharaja Jungle Trek located in the Asia continent in the Animal Kingdom Park. You guys okay? As you can tell, we are now getting to the finale of the Castle Show. Followed by the finale of the Castle Show, we should be seeing the Main Street Philharmonic, the official Walt Disney World marching band, making its way down the road here. Shortly after that, we should be getting the Grand Marshals for the parade today. Grand Marshals, of course, like I said, specially selected family, typically the first family of the day that enters into the gates. They board a specially made vehicle as they wave and say hello to all the guests waiting for the parade. Then they disembark from that vehicle, and I do believe they get a special viewing spot for the parade as it follows it up right after that. And then, of course, our live stream will be ending shortly after the parade is over. Also, I would say also this too, stay tuned. If you do enjoy just having conversations, I would like to start embarking on casual live streams, maybe from the home. Probably won't have a video to go with it, as I really will probably be doing that on my own without knowing exactly what I'm pointing at. It'll probably just be a nice photo that I can place as we just do a little chat about anything and everything as far as Disney, Universal Studios, and all things in between. Especially with the recent story, if anybody hasn't followed this, the little debacle that's going on with SeaWorld and Sesame Street as we wait for the finale. Left, right, left, right. Jazz hands. And also, one of these days, I'll probably try to preface the video, if it does come out, or I should say the podcast version, where I'd like to talk about the new regime change with the Walt Disney World Company. Josh D'Amaro is in. Bob Iger is leaving. Bob Chapek is nowhere to be found. And once again, the weather not too bad here, I'd say right now. It's probably climbing into the mid-60s right now. But the wind does keep the temperature cooled off. We are dressed appropriately for it. Not really breaking into a sweat, even though I am feeling a little toasty.
Yeah.
No, don't be.
Yeah, I want all the princesses.
It's so foggy.
Oh, from the fireworks. It's the smoke from the fireworks. And the wind's blowing the smoke.
Don't lose your spot.
Okay, do you want to say this, Abby? Okay, we need two. Riley, are you good?
Yeah, I'm fine. How do you like this?
Strong. Look, here's and another one like that.
Oh, is that the balloons?
Yeah.
Speaking of balloons, I was just about to say, who remembers way back Wednesdays? Who remembers when every day, I would say about even 13 years ago, every day you would look up into the skies of the Magic Kingdom and someone loses a balloon. Magic Kingdom was notorious for having people lose their balloons. This is before they developed the little waders that they now place at the bottom of the balloon string. Basically keeps the balloons from floating away now. But it was very notorious to see the infamous Mickey-shaped balloon floating away high into the sky. And of course, the balloons are featured at 3 of the major theme parks here at Disney World, except for, of course, Animal Kingdom, due to the animal protection of the animals. Of course, the balloons have always been a staple for a lot of people who like to tie them to their strollers. so that they can always find their stroller that get lost in the sea of strollers when they exit from some of their favorite attractions.
Okay, I just tied it 1-3, so I should be.
Of course, one of the things that is notoriously known about Disney is that when you park your stroller, if you don't park in the right spot, or even if you do, they might move your stroller to make room for more. So one of the things that people would do is they would buy a balloon or some sort of flag to put onto their stroller so that even if it's moved, they can find it no matter where they go.
And as cast members, we beg you to not do that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's cast members. It's like I didn't really mind it as long as you know where to park your stroller. But if you don't know how to park your stroller, don't put the balloon on there. Also, as a cast member, we will also say this. Do not try to attempt to lock your stroller to any post inside the theme parks.
Nope. It will not end well for you.
Yes. For one thing, most of the posts can easily be removed, so it is futile to do so. Other than that, security will promptly come with maybe some bolt cutters to remove your stroller. Sounds like that poor person's about to blow away.
Yeah.
Control the balloon!
Get it together.
What is that? A spider?
No, it's a love bug.
A love bug. Okay, let him go.
No, he's
All right.
on my shirt. His name's Jeremy.
His
Don't
name's
name.
Jeremy.
Well, you gotta name both of them.
All right, go. There's only one.
Oh, is it the small one or the big
Sit
one?
down before you lose your seat.
There's no baby.
Go sit down before you lose your seat.
If it's the small one, then that's the girl. I mean, if it's the big one. The big one's the girl, small one's the boy.
That's why we tiny. It's a love bug.
I know, usually the love bugs fly in pairs, but if it's the bigger ones, you can tell the bigger ones from the smaller ones.
I only have one.
How big does it look? Like,
Jeez.
is that necessary?
It flew off and it scared me.
So you're okay with it on you, but you freak out when it flies away?
I lost Jeremy. Stop tapping on the
And of course, if you did not know, Florida, notorious for what we call love bugs. It's a nuisance, but it's a necessary nuisance. The reason they're called love bugs is as they mate, they are attached so that the males fly backwards, attached to the females. The reason they're a nuisance is because, well, they hover. And also, as you go through some rural parts of Florida, they tend to hover in the middle of the road, so then they ruin paint jobs. But they are a necessary evil because they do try to maintain the mosquito population. Funny theory on the abundance of love bugs is that they were basically, how would you say, scientifically engineered or multiplied, not cloned, but they were basically making them mate in a facility in Florida college. And then they were all released, which caused, again, for the massive abundance of love bugs. I mean, let's just say it's very hard to have a convertible during love bug season. It's very hard to have your windows down during love bug season because once you stop your vehicle, they make their way in. But they are harmless nonetheless. One of Florida's many Jumanji creatures. Why does that sound like Kevin?
Kevin, he's lost. I don't know what is blooming or what they planted.
Yeah.
My allergies are so bad. I continuously sneeze. The inside of my mouth itches. My whole mouth itches on the inside. I am struggling. I can see it blowing through the air. Oh no, that's bubbles.
I'll see. What?
It looked like the dander or
Like
pollen.
pollen, yeah. I've
Yeah.
never seen pollen blow. Well, the thing is though too, I will say this. People might call me crazy on this conspiracy theory of it. When I first moved to Florida, I rarely heard of people in allergies. It was like I've heard so many people talk about allergies in Michigan, but like down here, never heard people talk about allergies. Like even seeing pollen on cars, I'm like, what are you talking about? We don't have that down here. But with all this development, like that's the only thing I can think of is like they cut down the trees, the pollen's got nowhere to go.
Well, they planted only male.
They plant only male trees for the new developments. There's not enough female trees to take in the pollen that the male trees emit. So we're just walking around in male tree fellatios.
Yeah.
Oh, can I say that? I don't even think I can say that, but
No,
hey,
but
I said it. So
I don't know who did that, but
it's the poor planning of the people who aren't from Florida or who just want to make a profit off of Florida. That's my rant, and I'm sticking with it. And as we can hear in the distance, the Mickey's Philharmonic making their way. I'm sorry, the Main Street Philharmonic. Mickey's Philharmonic is Disneyland. We have the Main Street Philharmonic making its way down Main Street, USA here quickly. We'll probably be getting an announcement here in the next few moments. And of course, like I said, shortly after that, we'll have the Grand Marshals, which they'll make another announcement as to who the Grand Marshals are from and what they may be celebrating. And then, of course, the 3 o'clock Festival of Fantasy Parade. And then from that point on, we'll just let the crowd die down a little bit before we gather up all of our things and call it a day for today's live stream. It's a pretty good pin trading or no?
oh, not bad, I guess. Not bad.
I mean, for a busy day, not bad, I should say.
Well, I feel like for a busy day, it should have been better, but I don't know.
I mean, I figure for a busy day, you'd be lucky if there was anything left on the boards.
Fred, make sure you're standing on the curb and not in the street, please.
And of course, since we're here all the time for the 3 o'clock Festival of Fantasy Parade, and because I've actually worked the Festival of Fantasy Parade as just a person that walks the street, I can tell you some of the rules, of course. As you can tell, we're set up on a trash can that is placed. I'm sorry. We're set up on a trash can that is faced pretty much very close to the curb. Do not sit in front of a trash can. That short little space between the trash can and the curb is not for sitting. So they will probably ask you to move if you are there, and that can be a little bit discouraging because that might be the only spot that people thought they could sit at, and everything else just gets crowded around it. Also, try not to block any of the wheelchair ramps. And of course, follow the directions. If you see an X, sometimes they tape X's onto the ground. Do not stand on the X's. That is specifically for the cast member that may have to watch that particular section.
Magic Kingdom proudly presents the Main Street Philharmonic.
I just want to put this in throwaway,
Here, open it.
Here,
open it.
Okay. Sorry. It's not there, right?
I don't even think he threw anything away in that trash can.
There is so much love for everyone. There's so much that we share. That is time for our world. It's so small. It's a small world. It's a small world. It's a small world. It's a small, small world. There is just one moon and one golden sun. There is so all. And you should like and subscribe.
Watch your hand. Watch your hand.
Oh, sorry. I was just gonna hold it open.
Oh.
That's what I
He
did.
was pausing
Oh,
as if he was waiting for you to move your hand. That's why I wasn't sure.
I'm assuming Casey's corner is right behind me.
No.
A little farther that way.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, once again, we are here live, Main Street, USA, waiting for the 3 o'clock parade. Here at the Magic Kingdom on a Wednesday afternoon. High of about 68 degrees. I could definitely feel it's climbing up there rather quickly. Not enough for me to sweat. There is the occasional breeze that does keep the temperatures very cooled off, but it is probably going to be the coldest day that we have so far. Yesterday was colder than yesterday, but we're going to be up in the temperatures for the next week, climbing into the 80s for all of next week, to be exact. Low to mid 80s starting on Monday. Florida is back to its glorious days as we embrace for these spring break crowds. I do expect the spring break crowds to get a little bit more chaotic as the days go on, as many of those delayed and canceled flights from the previous couple days start to come on in. People that have had to extend their vacations or change their vacations around. But hopefully no one is being hopefully no one's being impacted by any cruises that they may have missed. So I did hear that being an issue the last time we had some big cancellations. Some people missed some opportunities for those cruises. And of course, without that insurance, they basically missed out altogether. Oh, what you end up getting as a snack?
Popcorn. I
Oh.
told her she could try it again.
Does he have to get on this side or?
No.
I think this will be the kids' first time seeing the parade in quite a while.
Yeah.
Once again, if you're just now tuning in, we are here staking our claim for the 3 o'clock parade. Our kids are on spring break this week, so this is the first time they've actually been into the park for the parade for quite some time. And like I said before, once the parade does pass us by, we're going to let the crowds form as people like to follow that parade crowd. And then we're going to pack it up for today. So to let everybody know, if you can't tune in for the entire duration of the parade, once again, as always, we appreciate everybody that comes through, says hi, or leaves a like, or subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned for all of our future live streams, and stay tuned for some of our other videos, as we do want to place some walkthroughs and some ambiance videos on the side. And of course, our People Watching Wednesday videos, where we just showcase some of the spots around Walt Disney World that are very populated. Stay tuned for People Watching Wednesday videos to be on Wednesdays, obviously, just like today, even though today we want to do it in real time. So it's like a bonus of people watching right here on Main Street, and also the 3 o'clock parade. Of course, surprise to me though, no proposals today. I think for the last 3 weeks, there's been at least one proposal on our live stream. And of course, she said yes, for some odd reason, to all of them. And of course, today's marching band was the Liberty High School marching band from Brentwood, California, with the support of the Brentwood population right here on Main Street USA, cheering along the way. What time is it? Oops. Sorry. Oh, what time is it? Oh, 2:54. Okay. All right. So just to inform, current time right now is 2:54. So we should be seeing the Grand Marshals making their way down. It's about 6 minutes or so. The actual parade will kick off from Tiana's Bayou Adventure over there in Frontierland. That parade, as I've always said, takes about 15 minutes or so to get to this point of Main Street USA. So it's always funny when people, as the cast members, one of the questions that we'd always get asked is, what time is the 3 o'clock parade? We never knew really what to say because it's pretty much self-explanatory. But of course, if you want to be precise with it, depends on where you're sitting. 3 o'clock parade starts at 3 o'clock from Frontierland. Probably won't get to the flagpole here on Main Street USA to about 3:20 or so. So be forewarned on that on your future Disney vacation. Make sure you get that spot early. And like I said, pack those patience pants because there's been plenty of times, as if anybody's been with our chat before, you will have noticed that I stake my claim somewhere around 1 o'clock and I don't budge. And yet people still try to sneak on in. They try to get that last minute spot. And of course, do not place your children on the trash cans. Trash cans are not for sitting. I actually wouldn't advise it because if the trash can sits in the sun, that can leave a nasty mark. That scalding trash can on a baby's legs. Not fun. Different reason for screaming on that one. As I can hear the Grand Marshal music playing off in the distance. Oops, sorry.
Are you going to scoot up some?
I'm here and I don't see it.
No. It starts at 3 o'clock, but it steps off in Frontierland, so it's going to be a
This-
while before it gets here.
This is the Grand Marshal. It's going to take a while for it to get here.
Why
I just
didn't,
said that thanks.
Huh?
I just said that thanks.
Oh,
why didn't we just go to the closest space?
well, because that wouldn't be a good view. This is a good view. If I'm going to be standing here for an hour, I'd rather stay here in front of the castle. If I was to be over at Frontierland, what would I look at for an hour? Besides, this is actually a good spot too because you'll be able to see the dragon coming from a long ways away.
Go, go.
What the heck is that? You're not a crow.
It's not me.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah? No?
You're the only one that does that.
There's a crow right there.
There's no crows here. You're a loony.
Huh?
You're a loony.
It just came by.
No, it didn't.
Yes, it did.
There was rarely ever any birds here in the Magic Kingdom. Other than ducks.
Go, go.
Fun fact, if you ever want to get rid of any pests that might be in your area, just call Disney. Have them send their pest control guys, because if you've ever been to Disney, you notice there is very little of anything around Disney during the day. Despite all the food that falls, the only critter that you'll probably see is the ducks. For some reason, the ducks have made their home here, and that's just where they'll be. But you rarely see any other birds, and you rarely ever see any squirrels. There was a big of a squirrel problem about 10, 12 years or so, but they've since then somehow been able to make the squirrels not come into the parks as much. There's the occasional seagull every once in a while over there at Epcot, but even seagulls are very rare. There's a couple of things that I did learn working the overnight shifts at Epcot of how they handle some of their pest control. Some of the things are just natural deterrents.
Was it made on time?
Welcome, one and all, to the Magic Kingdom. In just a few minutes, we will proudly present Unenchanted Celebration in the Streets, our Disney Festival of Fantasy Parade. And now, please welcome our honorary Grand Marshals, Kerrigan, Caitlin, and Cindy from Lexington, Virginia.
Is it pretty crowded throughout the park, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
Oh. Gotta drop that. Gotta drop that cup. Oh, you did? You got it? All right, that about sums it up. So now we are just waiting for the piece à la résistance. That's probably not how you say it, but it's whatever. Festival Fantasy Parade, which should have kicked off by now from Frontierland, of course. Going to give the Grand Marshals enough time to get down to the end of the parade route. Let the family of the day disembark, and I believe they get some special seating just on the end of the parade route there. And of course, like I said, following the parade is the march behind the parade of all the guests and their strollers. For some reason, it has been a big thing for over 20 years to follow the last float. Don't know why.
I was like, where you going, bro?
I mean, well, because it's also because like people will follow it from the end of the parade. Like the parade will end in Frontierland, and they'll follow that float all the way down to the entrance, but then they don't leave. So I'm like, well, where were you going? Where'd you think this was going to end?
I have a lot of questions.
They'll follow it all the way down and be like, oh yeah, let's go back to Little Mermaid. Well, why'd you walk all the way up here?
I don't know.
What do we got over here? Couple tourists?
Yeah.
Couple tourists?
The parade. What they call it the other day? The stroller parade. Now.
Yeah, the stroller, yeah. The running of the strollers.
No, thank you.
Also, if I remember, there's some key elements of the Festival Fantasy Parade that has recently been censored due to sensitivity issues. I will feel free and sing those parts as it's probably more sensitive to my culture, even though no one asked for that.
Is it the Dumbo thing?
The Dumbo and the Zippity Doodah part. They took out the Zippity Doodah and the When the Elephant Flies part.
Zippity Doodah.
Yeah, they sing the Zippity Doodah, Zippity. Yeah. Well, it's Songs of the South. You know, the whole movie they try to eradicate. Because of the, Uncle Remus was the slave. But I'm over here just like, well, so are we not going to give him credit for doing the film? I mean, he seemed like a happy-go-lucky, yeah. A happy-go-lucky knee expansion.
Man.
And for a guy who had an all-white beard, that beard was on point.
Yeah.
And yeah, the other part is the Dumbo part. I done seen about everything when I see an elephant fly.
I'm sure there's something racist there, but I'm not getting it.
Well, it's not. It's the way they say the song because it's supposed to make
Jim
fun
Crow?
of. Well, yeah, that too. Yeah, it was a crow and his name was Jim.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, wow, like, you guys didn't even hide it. You could at least call him James.
That was his real name.
No, I'm pretty sure it was Jim. I remember me and Matt used to talk about that. Because Matt didn't even realize it. And I was like, yeah, of all the things to name one of the crows, the main crow that talks like that, his name is Jim.
His name was James.
It's the same thing with why the WB, they got rid of the Michigan J Frog. He's the frog. They used to, he would grab a top hat and a cane and sing that song, hello my baby, hello my buddy, hello my ragtime gal. Apparently that was also a miscultured, something like, it was supposed to be insulting to the black culture.
Really?
Yeah, because it was like the way the style of his singing and stuff was kind of like how they, how do you say this? It's like how they, how do you say, lightened the black man's color? Like he was acting a certain way, shucking and jiving,
Yeah. As black people do.
Well, this was just, well, no, this is for show though. We don't do that. We don't be all like, hello, my baby, hello. Like, when they depicted us, like, that's what they do. Same thing when they do, like, they would do all the cartoons back in the day had, like, big lips and big eyeballs, and we always look shocked at everything. And like you ever see, like, the old TV shows, the Three Stooges, Little Rascals. Every time there was a black guy on there, he always looked like he was lost. Like, I don't know, boss. What's going on?
Oh, boy.
And I'm over here just like, you know what? It was that time. We're not doing it now, so who cares?
Yeah.
And at the same time, it's like now we're just going to discredit the people that did it. I mean, they got paid. They were given work. I mean, like I said, I'm not offended by pretty much anything. If anything, I'm more of the offensive person. You alright down there? Alright, once again, we are here live. Main Street USA, right here in the Magic Kingdom on a Wednesday afternoon. Temperature climbing into the mid-60s. High today of about 68. Which we probably won't see until about 3:30, 4 o'clock. Which will be right about now.
308.
We are currently waiting for the Festival of Fantasy Parade. It stepped off at 3 o'clock, so we should be seeing it turn its corner any moment now. We actually should be hearing the music in the distance. I'd probably say in the next 2 minutes or so. So mark my words, by 3:10.
Mark my words.
Mark my words. You better start believing in the Festival of Fantasy Parade, Missy.
You're in one.
Well, we're watching one.
You're watching one. Oh, I was waiting for something.
Well,
I
I mean,
add to it.
my
I was
brain
like,
was a calculator right there.
I was
'cause-
like, are you just gonna leave them hanging?
well, because then I said Missy instead of Miss Turner, but
Miss Turner.
it's whatever. Ahoy there, crew. For your safety, remain seated, keeping your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the boot. And watch your children. What? Oh, your nose?
No.
Oh.
Take me back to the day.
Oh,
that we
yes.
fell in
I
love.
still do that show like the back of my hand. Oh.
Uh-oh.
Now, don't everybody get their hopes up just yet. This is the long, dramatic pause. That just means that the parade has been queued up as it enters in front of the Hall of Presidents. Still has to go across the bridge. You'll hear this song for the next 2 or 3 minutes with no action whatsoever, and then you'll hear it again because then we'll get the announcement of the Festival of Fantasy Parade. But you'll definitely see in the distance, and once that parade actually does hit, once they make the announcement here, I'll shut my yapper and let you guys enjoy. I always do. Unlike my counterpart, who never has anything to say.
I'm busy trying to book our next vacation. I have important things to do.
Yes.
Perfect.
Book all your vacation as soon as possible because those jet fuel prices are no joke.
Neither are the gas prices.
Oh, that's what I meant.
I mean car.
Well, but yeah, I
gas
mean,
prices.
that's all the same. All the same oil. Yeah. It's all part of the experience. Especially because it's so hard to find a non-stop flight. Can we bring back Northwest Airlines? Never had an issue with Northwest Airlines. You could fly anywhere you wanted and it'd be a non-stop flight. You could fly to California and back to your original destination non-stop. It wouldn't even stop in California. It would just turn around and come right back. Nowadays, it's like, oh, you want to go to California? What'd you say? From Orlando to LAX, but you had to stop in Minnesota.
Yeah.
Why would I want to do
I
that?
don't want to go there.
Why would I want to be damn near Canadian to go to California? Like I remember somebody had a flight. I think it was Adam. Somebody had a flight. They're going to Galveston, or somewhere around Galveston, and from Florida. And their flight, instead of going over the Gulf, they had to go to Atlanta. So they had to go north an hour and a half, only to go west when they could just went straight over the Gulf and got there. I'm like, why do they do that? I mean, if anything, that burns more fuel. Huh? What? I'll tell you in a way, 'cause the internet's not really working. I mean, if you really must.
Hey, Brooke. It's the best parade ever. I know.
Oh yeah.
Right. Oh, well, hold on a minute.
Well, okay. Now
Hold on
at
a
this
minute.
current, in this current area in Florida, at Disney World, yes,
Okay. But
the best parade ever.
yeah.
I don't know.
Oh,
I
what are
mean,
you going to say?
well, no, it's Paint the Night.
Okay.
But I would definitely say that that daytime parade during the 60th
Oh, yeah.
with that 6 foot tall Mickey,
Yes, that was good.
where Mary Poppins and Bert were the ending of the parade with the
Yeah.
chimney sweepers. Yeah, that was awesome.
The chimney sweepers were cool.
However, old school Disney here, way back Wednesdays, the
We're not getting any
Mickey
new games yet.
the Mickey
Wait till
Mania parade that used to be here, that was also a good parade as well. And they used to have so Mickey in the Mickey Mania parade, the classic Mickey in the tuxedo, he was in like a big snow globe. And then, but then the snow globe, every once in a while, it would blow these little black and red furry balls onto the street.
Oh, yeah?
And there would be a mad dash to get the balls at the end. I must have had like 12 of them though.
Oh, geez.
That was before the Billy Goats get them.
The Billy Goat.
But definitely, if you ever get out to California during any of their celebrations, that Paint the Night parade, the best thing I've seen, and the original one too. I think they took out some stuff in the latest one. Was Mac in the last one?
Yeah.
Okay, as long as you get to see Mac and the Cars part.
But imagine if they brought back Mickey's Magical Map. Mickey and the Magical
Oh
Map.
yeah.
and Mickey's Magical
Or
Map.
if they brought it here, brought it to studios
Oh my
here.
God. I don't think I would ever leave.
That's just us loving California though, or Disneyland in general.
Yeah.
So stay tuned. Who knows? We're very spontaneous. We took that spontaneous trip last year where literally we booked that trip and like 26 days later we were going.
And we did that with the cruise too.
Well, we knew the cruise. Well, we knew the cruise in
It
advance.
was going to be last minute.
But yeah, well, we knew we wanted to go on the cruise on those dates, but we were just waiting on those dates. And then they finally released them and we're like, okay, we're going.
Yeah.
So the cruise was already determined, but we had a backup plan in case we couldn't do the cruise. But the California one was kind of like, you found the room for, and it was just like, well, you wanna? Okay.
Okay.
And then 26 days later, not even enough time to book anything.
Yeah.
Usually people book they book 60 days in advance. We literally had less than a month.
Yeah. I like it that way though.
I mean, I do like to have some sort of plan. Well, I mean, especially this year, but I don't mind the spontaneous part. I just want to be solid in other things before we do that again. I mean, I would like to do that every summer though. Just have that, like, I would love to go throughout the year, but have that summer of just like, okay, we're gonna California cruise and then staycations or whatever else, you know. So if you like that spontaneity, what's the word I'm looking for? Spontaneity. Hit that like and subscribe. Show some support to the channel in the freest way possible. Like this video, subscribe, give it a big thumbs up. Tell your family, tell your friends, tell your enemies. Hopefully they're not all the same person. Get hooked into This Time Daily for all of our chaos.
Because the parade's coming.
Yeah, you have to stay seated for the parade. No, you have to sit.
You have to film from there.
You can't
You have
film
to film from there.
Yeah. Right. What? You can do it from down there. You can't put it up here because our stuff is up here. Apparently, our son has aspirations to also have YouTube content as well. He wants to film. He wants to film the parade from where he's. Well, actually, he wants to film it from where we're at. Oh, and with that being said, enjoy the Festival of Fantasy Parade. I'll see you all a little later.
Titan, you have time. You have plenty of time.
Hear ye, royal guests from near and far. Welcome to the Magic Kingdom. You are warmly invited to join Mickey Mouse and his fantasy friends for a magical celebration in the streets. Dreams will come true, hearts will soar, and you will become a part of the magic. For the time has come to take your places and prepare to welcome the wondrous and wonderful Disney Festival of Fantasy Parade! sea is better than anything they got up there. Under the sea, under the sea, under something
Zippity-doo-dah, zippity-yay. My, oh my, what a wonderful day. Plenty of sunshine headed our way. Zippity-doo-dah, zippity-yay. Yay. What a wonderful day. about everything when I see an elephant fly. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is the Festival Fantasy Parade here on Main Street, USA. We are going to let this crowd dissolve a little bit before we make our way out. The wind is starting to pick up as we have already reached our high temperature. It's only going to go downhill from here. Our high of 68 degrees is probably right here at this very moment. Like I said, the wind is picking up. So you'll definitely start to feel the difference. Good news, though, is that Florida weather, that glorious Florida weather will be returning next week. We should be climbing into the 80s by this weekend before hitting all 80s Monday through Friday of next week. Hopefully this will be the last cold spell that Florida does have, as summer or late spring should be in full effect. As always, if you've enjoyed today's live stream here on Main Street USA, the Magic Kingdom, like this video, subscribe to the channel if you have not. Any and all support is greatly appreciated. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, like and subscribe. And if you're happy and you know it, give us $1. Every little bit helps the channel. Stay tuned for any of our future videos and live streams. We probably will have another People Watching Wednesday actual video later today. Hit that bell notification for all the updates to our chaos. As I said before, we may be going live on Friday. No plans or schedules for that. But don't be surprised if you keep refreshing by 11 or 12 o'clock and you find us live one more time from somewhere inside of Walt Disney World. And as I said earlier today as well, and maybe even tomorrow, I might be playing around with a new app for streaming. So if you do see a live stream accidentally pop up, don't be alarmed at what you may hear or see. It's just me doing what a blind guy does, trying to figure out technology with the help of technology.
Okay, can you put your iPad up now?
Mm-hmm.
You ready to wrap up?
Yeah. All right, so with that being said, we are going to end this video. Time is up. I'd like to thank everybody that stopped by today. And as always, we will see you next time on This Time.